football culture movement.
Welcome back to another episode of FCM Football Culture Movement. You already know what time it is. To my right, different position this week. I've got the one and only cult hero, the boy Culture comes in the Scully. So do you know what time it is? When the Scully comes, there's uncomfortable conversations had. And this week we haven't got Fuad, but we've got someone that's equally as loud, equally as passionate, a different team. The one and only Doyle in the building.
Yes, thank you for having me, lads.
Thank you very much for having me. Listen, man, the first domestic trophy winner of the season, so it's only right we had the Liverpool fan on.
Thank you for having me.
Especially after we just did the watch along as well. Big up to everyone that was in the house for that. You're probably looking around and thinking it's looking a bit different. SM got a bit of money. Listen, it's all with good reason. Listen, this week's episode is brought to you by Emma Sleep. This is the sofa bed by Emma, and it comes with an inbuilt Emma mattress that allows you to go from sit to sleep in 10 seconds. Easy time. It's mad comfortable as well, I can't lie to you. It's perfect for doing a podcast, chilling with the man them. As we said, it's a sofa bed. It's good for sleeping. Stain resistant as well. Listen, you know what the man them get like when you're watching football. Cam will be spilling drinks everywhere. So listen, man, you don't have to worry about that. But listen, Emma Shop is also the one stop for all your sleep needs. So whether that's mattresses, sofas, what else I'm missing? Toppers, anything in that department. Duvets, you can go there. So listen, there's a 200-night trial and this as well, 2-year guarantee, free delivery and return as well. You already know, if we've got it here, that means you can get it too. Make sure you use your code of DR Sports. Click the link in the description as well and you get extra 5% off from the Emma website. Nice and simple, man. Come and live like kings like us, man. Listen, man. See, man, we've got good posture this week.
Hey.
Usually throws like this, everyone's sitting up.
Everyone's chilling, bro. 200 nights of a trial, lad.
That's a good
That's
time,
half a year that you can sleep in a bed and go, yeah, go ahead, I'll have it. You know what I mean? That's
exactly. But listen, without further ado, let's get into it, man.
First, can I ask something?
Go on.
Where the hell is your Chelsea top?
It's underneath me.
Yeah, well, say, pull it out! Pull it out! Rep your set! Rep your set! Look what Dole's doing! Rep your set! Hey, yo, chat, tell him to put on your Chelsea top, bruv. You see what they do?
I respect it.
No,
I
it's not
respect
cold.
it.
It's actually warm today.
What do you mean it's warm?
Put on your Chelsea
cold,
shirt.
it's cold.
Look at that. Look at that. They don't want to represent.
Ain't that why? Telling the man to take his clothes off.
No. Look at this.
Feet switched that one round nice and quick there, lad, didn't you?
Look at that.
Listen, let's get into it. Of course, we've just witnessed the Carabao Cup. There's other domestic things that have happened as well. But in fact, hold on. Let's take
I know
it back.
what he's going to do
I'm
right
so
now.
rattled. Let's stick to normal procedures. Listen, if the team played this week, you managed to get the dub, hold tight the 3-point collectors wherever you are, man. Hold tight the 3-point collectors.
Well done, you.
I respect it. You done your thing. Hold tight the trophy collectors as well. It's only right. It's the first time we get to see that this year, so hold tight the trophy collectors.
Thank you so
Did
much.
your thing.
Thank you, Klopp.
Hold tight the participants as well. Listen, you got a shot.
It's fair play, yeah, fair play, lad.
Hold tight the perennial losers at Wembley as well. We'll get into that. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that everyone wants to talk about. But let's speak about it. Dole, I'm going to, start with you, man. Obviously, the quadruple is still on. Klopp's farewell tour. How does it feel in this moment to win the game in the context of your season? Because, of course, we can talk about the injuries before the game. We can talk about the 6 formers that came onto the pitch. But now that you've had time to digest that W, how does it feel for Liverpool?
Immense. Wonderful, lad. This is Jurgen Klopp's send-off. We needed to get him a trophy. I said in the stream, didn't I? That man could lift a tin of Heinz beans, lad, and I would have been made up to watch him lift it, because it's about him. It's about the team that he's created, that he's going to leave in his legacy, lad. I am so over the moon, and I know it's only a Carabao Cup, I get it. It's the least precious out of all 4 of them, but I'm still over the moon because I get to watch my manager, the best manager I may ever see in my lifetime, lift one of the trophies at Wembley. Beautiful, lad. And, going forward, it gives us massive confidence into the season. I said at the start of the stream, this could be the peak or the downfall of Liverpool right now. I don't know if we're going to win a quadruple. I'm going to say we're not, right? I'm a realistic fan. I love my team and I want them to fight for every single trophy, but the quadruple's never been done. And it's probably not going to be done by a Liverpool side.
It's not a real quadruple though, is it? It's the Europa League, not the Champions League.
Still low, lad. If we win 4 of them, you've got to give us... If we did win all 4, you've got to say it's still 4 trophies, lad, yeah?
It's decent.
I know it's the Europa League, I get it, lad, but still 4 trophies is 4 trophies, right, lads, The same way that the Carabao Cup is not deemed to be the best domestic cup but it still counts as one of them cups. I'm over the moon, mate. I really am. That every time I doubt Liverpool, and I don't know why I do it. I've done it for 10 years. Jurgen Klopp goes, "What are you doing, mate? Are you okay? We're gonna win this game," and we do, lad. It's a wonderful influence that he's had on this team. Them young lads come into that team and they look like seasoned veterans. How? You've only played one professional game. How do you know what Jurgen Klopp wants immediately? And how do you execute it so perfectly every single time? Conor Bradley come in, mate, and he looks like he's a better defender than Trent. How has that happened? How can you do that, lad? And it's because of Jurgen Klopp. That's why we call him a Messiah, lad, because he's just infiltrated the whole club with a belief and a passion that just gets us over the line. Your team is better than ours today. Your team had better football players in it, and we won. Because we had more belief and passion that we could do it. That's what got us over the line. We had 6 free footballers on that pitch, free, under the age of 20. I cannot believe and I cannot tell you how proud and how valiant of a performance that was for Liverpool. It was beautiful, and it made it all the more better that we won in the last minute. We had to fight against adversity with the potential red card, you know, a good yellow or orange card, yeah. And then the Virgil van Dijk goal, which was disallowed, that I just can't believe was, to be honest with you. You have to say what you think in the comments. I might be being a bit biased. I don't think the Virgil goal should have been disallowed. I feel like Endo stood his ground. He didn't actually grab hold of Colwill. But it happened, and we ended up showing resilience again and coming back and winning the game. I'm just going to give you one stat, yeah, and this is an ADT stat. This is a real stat, yeah. This stat is incredible. Since Jurgen Klopp's tenure, when he first joined Liverpool FC, Liverpool have won more points from losing positions than any other team in the Premier League. That shows you the belief that he gives you. It's unreal. And do you know where it started?
Where did it start, lad?
Do you know where it started?
Where did it start?
West Brom, lad. When we celebrated that draw and everyone mocked us, 10 years later, look where we are. Won everything. I love that man, lad. I will never ever forget this moment and the treasured time that I've had to watch.
Where does this one rank for you?
This trophy?
Yeah. In terms of the feeling, not like the actual trophy, because obviously it's a Carabao, but like, where does it rank for you? Like this, the way you felt when the Van Dijk goal went in, because you guys have won trophies, you've won a lot.
Yeah.
But where does this one rank in terms of how special it is, given it's the farewell tour, given the adversity that had to come through it?
I'm gonna give it third. Champions League in 2009 was unbelievable. We went 2019. Sorry. We went to the final the year before, and again showed resilience to get to the final again, and then won. And I know people say it was against Spurs. We had to beat who's in front of us, and we did. Then the Premier League, because it took 30 years to get it. But the only reason why I put it second is we didn't get to celebrate it the way we deserved to. I really wanted to celebrate that, and we never got it. And then third, I know it's only a League Cup. I get it, but it's what it means to us as supporters. If he doesn't win anything for the rest of the season, we have that moment, we have that farewell. I got to watch my favourite manager for Liverpool ever lift the trophy, and I know it's really emotional for me, lad. Liverpool supporters and a lot of Scousers, this is everything to us. Like, we have normal jobs, lad. We work labour or we go 9 to 5, lad, and the only thing we have really is our football team, lad, and we're so passionate about it because it represents us as a people, and that's why we've been able to infiltrate that passion into the squad. And Jurgen Klopp from day one understood that about us Scousers. He really did. I might sound corny or whatever, but football is everything. To me it is, and I know to many other Scousers that watch their team, everything, lad. And so I'm over the moon.
Wood.
He's putting.
Sorry to talk for so long.
No,
man,
that's why you're here, man. Like, we need that perspective. This
lad.
is it, man. And you know what? On the flip side of that, like, you see the passion that you talk about. You know, people always laugh at Liverpool and be like, "Oh, Passion FC, Aura FC, Anfield." At the end of the day, yeah, fans watch football because you're in it to win it, and it means something. You see that performance today? That comes from belief. I've been messaging Chelsea fans. I was like, that's a soulless team.
What, your team?
Chelsea's a soulless team. That extra time performance shows you that that team has no soul. To have everything in your somewhat advantage of playing a team that's playing 6 formers, playing a team that doesn't have their killers on the pitch. Their bench looked better than the squad completely.
The injury bench.
No, sorry, the injury bench. It looks completely. And you're in the ascendancy in the last few minutes. You don't take chances, fair enough, but it's going to extra time and then perform like that. There's no soul there. There's no belief. And the reason why I say that is because I remember coming here and saying that this Chelsea of old is gone, and people are like, what do you mean, what not? We've got money and everything. The Chelsea of old was a Chelsea built on like your John Terry's, your Ashley Coles, where it's like, by hook or by crook. You know when we say real men, by hook or by crook, we are dying on this pitch and we are leaving with something. Today was a culmination. If many people didn't believe it before, this is not the club that you thought it was. And ultimately, that's probably going to be our best chance of winning the trophy, maybe for a while. Don't get me wrong, when the FA Cup, I don't know how far we're going to go in that. This is the reality now of how far this challenge is going to be to come back for this. It is really dire times for Chelsea. And that's why it's very somber. Like, I can't even be angry. It's just the moment of realization that it's like, this is actually it.
I get it.
You can't even beat a bunch of teenagers without the killers. People are going to be like, Chelsea missed chances. Okay. The chances that Liverpool missed, if they had Salah and Jota, is it not 5-6-0 in the first half?
Yeah.
It's a sour state of situation. But that's just talk about the game. Bigger picture, 6 domestic final losses. That record. A record. 6 domestic final losses.
4 of them against Liverpool.
In a row.
Yeah, in a row. That's against Leicester, that's against Arsenal, and then the rest of Liverpool, right?
Mad. Absolutely insane. That. Do you know?
This is Chelsea that always leave with
Chelsea
something.
were once upon a time seen as like one of the kings of Wembley.
Yeah.
Like, it was like Arsenal, and then it became Chelsea, kings of Wembley.
Nice Anfield South.
And now you guys are just, I don't know what's going on there. I want to give a shout to all of the Liverpool young players though. You know what I mean?
100%.
There's obviously Connor Bradley. I want to give a shout
McConnelly.
to, I'm looking at the names
Dans,
now. McConnelly,
Yeah.
Clark, Dans, Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
Did you say Bradley? Have you said Bradley already?
Yeah. I want to give a shout to them because, bro, imagine at the start of the season, do you think any of them would have thought they're going to be on the pitch to win a trophy for Liverpool? That's some dream stuff. Like, United fan or not, whatever, you sit back and you look at that and you got to feel a little bit happy. Do you know what I mean? A little bit happy for them, because I'm just like, this is stuff of dreams, man. And I like seeing people's dreams come true. I saw them after Van Dijk and Klopp, which was a nice touch, lift the trophy. They gave it to the young players each in a row. And now, look, that stuff is nice to see. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So
I want to interject there. Dan's
mate
winning a trophy in his second professional game.
But he came
and
on
he played a part.
He came on and won like 3 headers.
He played a part.
He done like a
That's what I'm
flip
saying.
in that.
But this is what I'm saying. In your second professional game, we can see something that goes, okay,
I want more of this.
Yeah.
I want more.
And it's just, again, people laugh at the whole Liverpool thing, but that belief, that camaraderie, that family, that feeling is a real thing that is benefiting the club. Again, they didn't play this final, but Arsenal, same thing. Arteta came in talking about, I want to build a mentality. I tweeted, I said, listen, at the end of the day, today you saw a team that had money and hope versus a team that actually has mentality and foundation. I remember on the stream, you said that Klopp lost his 2 finals in his first year.
Yeah.
The difference is he was building something. He could feel that he was trying to do something. And at the time, the club weren't backing him like that.
And also, we weren't getting into finals either.
We weren't getting into finals, and he
way.
was taking you somewhere. Yeah. Whereas the Chelsea perspective, there's not a feeling of, oh, we lost this final, but we're going to bounce again. That genuinely feels like it might be a while away now.
Yeah.
And that is the sour thing about this, because we can talk about money spent, we can talk about players being right or whatnot, but this club, as it was, is no longer what it was anymore. It's not. It's a far cry from that.
The best managers bring culture, lad. The reason why you were so formidable is because Jose was unreal, lad. He came from a
Bridge was
Porto
a fortress.
side. Yeah, he came from a Porto side that had no belief that they could do the things that they did. He went to Inter, the same thing, no belief that they could do the things they did. And then he went to Chelsea and he was like, I'm going to instill the exact same thing that I did with them 2 clubs that are smaller clubs than Chelsea, and I'm going to get used to win. And the daft side that he had was terrifying. I think you conceded like 15 goals in one season. Joke.
Principles,
but that wasn't just because you've got good players. That's because he gave you belief and a philosophy, and you were like, I buy into it. I'm going to run an extra mile. I'm going to head that ball. I'm going to tackle that fella for you, lad. That's what it's all about. You die for your manager.
You see it now, like when all of these former players are talking about like a Jose or talking about the moments, like these are my sons and whatever. There was a real camaraderie that was like, this is a family, and deliberately the squad size are probably small and everything, but you built something. Same thing with.
No, but who's responsible for this? Who's responsible for this? Because a lot, you're saying Jose did that, and you're saying Jurgen Klopp did this. But this stems from the owners.
100%. That's what I'm saying.
Owners.
Because
like,
again,
you guys tore away. You guys threw away the players, that had won stuff at Chelsea. The Champions League winning squad. The Mason Mounts that all your Chelsea fans celebrate. So don't talk about culture now. Because you had a boyhood Chelsea player there from 7 years old. You threw him away, right? And you guys celebrated it. And you're talking about the culture and stuff. You threw away Kovar, Kante, all these players that are part of something. That want Aspie, all of these guys. Yeah, you can say it's washed. It was your owners that decided to come in, absolutely obliterate that squad, bring in all of these guys, and now I bet a lot of you guys want these players to go and bring in new players. That's not how it's going to work. And this is what I said weeks ago, and then I got attacked for it, that these players are just pretty average. You look at the chances today, you guys had chances today to win the game, bro. Conor Gallagher hit the post, had a few chances as well. He should have scored. Kelleher had a great game, in fairness to him. We're going to talk about that.
Both keepers, I think, did. Petrovic as well.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But I'm sorry, I saw Endo bossing the pitch, not Enzo. Do you know what I mean? That's what I saw on the pitch. I saw Endo. And remember at the start of the season, everyone was like, who the hell is Wataru Endo? It was a laughing stock, but the whole world knew who Enzo Fernandez was.
Captain, lad, a warrior.
We all knew who Enzo was, and the money, the Casados. Endo was the boss on that pitch. McAllister, that looked like the World Cup winning centre midfielder. I don't know about Enzo or what was going on over there. So this is what I'm saying. Like, a lot of these players need to step up at the same time.
100%.
The manager, I do agree. At extra time, the game kind of went. Now we're going to talk about that. I don't know what he said to these guys, but they came out pretty poorly. But for 90 minutes of the game, you guys could have won that game.
100%.
You really could have won that game. Your players could have done better too. So I don't know. All of this stuff that you're talking about, the cultures and stuff, I get it. But then the owners need to take responsibility. Because I'm seeing your fan base straight away, they're going to Poch. Call out the owners. Call out the recruitment team.
Facts.
But don't cry about it because you all celebrated it in the summer.
What did I say? I was about to say, as you lay your bed, you lie in it. And the funny thing about all of this was, I've said it a few times here, when the new owners came in, I remember when people were thinking like Chelsea were done, and then you have this lifeline where you can spend money and it's like, oh, we're back. But everything that was Chelsea was ripped out. And like, if you want to go and research, you can go and research. You can go and look at the infrastructure at the club. You can go and look at all of the staff at the club. Everything that was Chelsea, that was the foundation, was ripped apart.
Silly
this new stuff that came in. Stuff that was tried and proven is gone. Taken away.
Todd Bowley's a businessman, lad, and he's made millions, billions of pounds, yeah. But it doesn't mean he knows how the football world works. You don't go in and buy 5 players for £100 million on 8-year contracts and go, well, now we've got the 5 best players. That's not how it works, lad. But you take chances on players that are 20, 30 million pounds, yeah. And then if they don't work out, it's a good business deal because you can sell them for 15 million or something, and you're not stuck with them for 8 years. He doesn't know how football works, and he's come in and just I don't even know what he's done to your team, lad.
But even that, the first admission of that they didn't know what was going on was before the youth. It was your like Aubameyang, Koulibaly, all of these older players. Then when they bought those players and it didn't really work, it was like, oh, don't like this. Let's flip the model now. We've managed to get some money from Saudi. Let's now buy all of these youngsters and do amortization and sign 8-year contracts and everything. At the end of the day, the reason why I'm bringing up the whole family and culture thing is, if you're buying young players, cool, but you have to bed them together to actually build something. You have to have an idea. And I say that to say this. Before Man City got Pep, what did they do? They built everything and said, Pep, you're going to be the piece to come in. When Arteta came in and said, I'm trying to build, philosophy first and foremost. Jurgen Klopp, I want to build belief. Chelsea are just trying to piece from board level, managerial level, player level, just piece and see how it goes. And football doesn't work like that. Name me a team that's just managed to win things for a long stretch of time consecutively, but just throwing stuff together. It doesn't happen by chance. It does not. Even if you want to talk about Leicester winning whatever when they won the Premier League and whatnot, that team nearly got relegated together, built something, came back and actually then did them possible. You have to build through doing things sustainably.
Ange is doing a better job of that than Poch at the moment, lad. Ange. And he's...
The thing is, it has to be... Look, a lot of times, what people do is that there's...
Sorry, bro, so just quickly, it's ultimately, I get your point, because you're saying that you can't just blame the manager when ultimately this came because before the manager, the board implemented stuff and now the manager's just not maybe doing the great. It's a whole pack of mid. The players are not great, the manager's not been great, and the board haven't done anything great. So if you put that together, mid squared is what? Mid cubed is what?
Extra medium, lad. Extra medium, bro.
It's a combination of mid.
That's the thing about when you're discussing football. A lot of times, if you say one thing, people think you're only talking about that. Like, a lot of things can combine to make a bad situation. As he's saying, like, you always say 2 things can coexist. The manager may not be good enough. He's probably not, or he hasn't grasped this situation as good as he can do. That's a fact. Tactically, there's holes in his game. 100%. The fact that he came out at extra time and said, well, at one point we started saying that maybe it was good to play for penalties. That's not the mentality.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. That's
Is
not
that what he said?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Wow, realistic stuff. Remember, I said
That's
that
not-
realistic crap does not work.
That's not the mentality
No.
of a Chelsea manager.
Maybe we will.
To come out and say we're playing for penalties, I wouldn't say it's the mentality of a Chelsea manager. But at the same time, what the ownership are doing. So you're talking about on all levels, the ownership, it's not good enough. And they're just going to hide behind the manager because if the manager goes, cool, whatever. The manager, tactically, not good enough. Motivation-wise, maybe not good enough. But the players, we have to call these players out because these players are not doing good enough either.
Both can be true, lad.
And the thing is, because everyone has these perceptions, you see a nice touch and da-da-da, you say, this guy's a great baller, he's this. But that's not always how it works. I was seeing guys get run past like they weren't even there. It was like holograms at some points. So players need to be called. Players need to do better. The whole thing is not right. And you can't separate it as just one thing. Listen, Man United have been going through this so much. Is it the manager? Is it the players? Is it the owners? Bro, it's all.
Yeah, everything
has to be streamlined. And Chelsea at the moment are probably the worst team in terms of streamline. It looks a mess from board level to manager to players. And you see that on the pitch, but we still have to give credit to the Liverpool players that went out there and had to and did the job.
I said during the stream we were talking about the likes of Conor Bradley, because of the situation, had to go and play right wing and whatnot. He did his stint, came off yellow card. Harvey Elliott was still running in extra time. Luis Diaz was still running in extra time. Endo busted midfield by himself. Callagher, for what people want to say, whether he's good or not, whatnot, put up a performance.
He saved us today.
There was multiple.
He was
massive. We're still not talking about two individuals there. Konate, good game, but Virgil van Dijk had his legacy moment. That's his in terms of cup finals for Liverpool, that's the third time he's collected man of the match. Serious conversations need to be had.
Colossus.
But anyway, we're talking about players that rose their head above the parapet and said, no matter what happens today, I'm going to make sure when it's all said and done, I'm accountable and I can hold my shirt up. And that's all you can ask in football. I can't if a player gets bought for £100 million, that's not the player's fault. But all I can ask you is, can you give everything in the football match?
It's a holy trinity. You need the fans, the manager, and the football to be all aligned. I will I will lose my voice for you, lad. If you run your socks off, I will scream and cheer you and celebrate you as much. Even if we lose, I will still cheer you on, lad. And that's what it's about. Me believing in. I believe in you. That's what I'm going to scream for you, lad. Passion. No, it's a real thing, lad.
Yeah, but what you're saying about Virgil van Dijk, I mean, listen. I was saying the other day, saying big moments, big players, big goals. It's not a surprise that all these moments fall to the elite players. You never really feel like it's rarely the side.
It's not a coincidence, lad.
It's not a coincidence, Like, so when people say, oh no, but this manager's holding this thing back, or no, what about this team? Big players get things done in the biggest moments, regardless. Van Dijk scored, and in whatever, Endo offside, and he said, you know what I'm going to do again? Penalties on Virgil time.
But there was a beautiful moment.
Another one.
There was a beautiful moment, and you seen this, and I pointed it out, right? So they were having a corner, and there was the young lads in front of them, and he know you're not going to win this, either, but I will, lad. So he got the young lads there, and he went, protect me, okay? You protect me, and they all did. They were all a circle around him, lad, so he could win a header. It was beautiful, lad.
That's what they do. That's what they do. These are the moments that elite players make their name.
Lad.
And the thing is, look, every legend, all these all-time greats you can think of, they do things in the biggest, in the highest leverage moments. It's not a coincidence. You can't say this is making the sport like basketball. No, it's a simple fact that in the biggest moments, the biggest players rise. This is why they get the most money. This is why they're called world class.
Let me ask you something. When they're doing all these interviews before the games and whatnot, and they'll be like, how do you want the games to go down there? All the big players say, you know what? Yeah, I've dreamt about scoring the winner. That is what it's about. And ultimately, the players that are cut from that cloth will always, even if the performance isn't there, they will always give that moment and say, you know what? That's why you're him. Bro, that's why you're the player.
Man United won the Carabao last year. Casemiro scored our opener. One of our only players at the time you could say was that level, elite, world class, done it. He scored our opener. Bro, the biggest players do it.
Rodri.
You guys, Rodri. You guys I don't think you have any
Drogba?
big players.
Drogba used to-
No.
Yeah.
Drogba, Frank Lampard,
They can't take
delivers.
Champions League runs. That
This is
there's
what I'm
people
saying.
that you can call
Gerrard,
upon.
Big Gerrard.
It's not a. There's no like.
there's
if
not a
you don't-
science to it. It's
you
just-
don't have to look at
it's
no
black and
stats.
white.
You don't have to look at no spreadsheet or this and this manager. The best players go out and do it regardless.
Yep.
And you know what? Yeah, the other day I forgot who it was. I forgot who scored. I think somebody from Haaland.
Yeah.
When he scored at the back post, he scored like some shot, and I said, why is it always the ball falls to the good players?
Because they're there on purpose, lad. It's by design. They know what they're doing, lad.
know.
Yeah.
Like, so that corner that you see that might go and a defender just heads it out, bro. Look what Drogba did in the final of that of the Champions
Against
League.
Bayern Munich,
He
yeah.
made it happen. That was a meaty cross by Mata, bro.
But
he made it happen. It's always the ball falls to the biggest and best players, and this shouldn't. I hope people don't try and remove that from the sport. It's a simple fact.
Yep. Whether you can have systems, all these type of things. How many times the company winner? How many times systems?
My God.
It's still players saying that, you know
I'll
what?
never forget
it's
that,
me.
lad, in my life.
Company.
Fuck
Oh,
all of
shoot,
this.
Vinny.
It's me. I am going to settle this.
He delivered two championships to Man City.
Boy, listen, man.
Two.
I'll never forget that goal. Lad,
Pretty much.
ever
And
in
then
my
what?
life.
We can't forget about the Aguero moment and stuff.
Yeah.
Listen.
Legacy moments.
It's real,
Van Dijk.
yeah.
Van Dijk has his legacy moment, man. No Salah.
Can we all, just before we go on, can we all agree now, yeah? I'm going to say it. Can we all agree that he's the best defender in the league, maybe the world?
What, ever?
No, not ever. No, never said
The
that.
league
No,
at the moment.
Maldini and Nesta have existed, yeah? I mean, now.
No,
Right
I
now.
think Van Dijk got. I think when you look at Van Dijk,
Tell me who's better.
It's tough, you know. Well, Van Dijk is still there, obviously. You know.
I mean, I think Saliba's
He's
phenomenal
still
as well.
there.
Everyone
Saliba,
compares
you know.
him, but I still think Virgil van Dijk.
do you know?
You still think he's the standard
He's
bearer?
got, yeah.
I'll give. You know how we say we give City champions respect?
Yeah.
You have to give. I think we're at a point now we have to give Virgil legacy respect now, because don't get me wrong, he came into the game later towards the Premier League and whatnot. Been there, done that, but to come to have an injury and come back and be like, listen,
Thank you
I'm
for saying
showing you. This is, if you want to be with me, this is what you need to do. You need to be here. His level is not dropping, and I'm the first one to call out when there's a little mistake.
I don't think he's at the peak Van Dijk.
No, I agree.
No, of course
But
not.
also,
He's not-
he's
he's
not
not
last
the peak.
season's Van Dijk
Yeah,
either,
he's
lad.
not the
He's
peak.
risen.
But
You think so?
Yeah, he's not like last season's
You think
Van
he's-
Dijk.
No. He's better than last season's Van Dijk.
He's not the pinnacle
But
of
he's
his
not-
performance, but
The thing is,
also
I don't think
he's still.
I don't think he will get to
No, he
the
can't, he
pinnacle,
can't. No,
because
he
at the end of the day, the peak has finished.
He's old,
But to
getting
still be
older,
operating
injury,
at where you're operating, I was saying it on the stream earlier. He's in that phase where he knows what he can and can't do, and he maximizes what he can do to a T.
In that
It's like,
box.
Konate, I don't need to be doing this, bro. Send my younger shot.
Yeah,
You go
yeah,
do that.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna do this. He's at this place now where it's so formidable with how he's defending that it's like he's, you know, that sense of inevitability, but it's back again.
He's the older lad and he's getting all his youngest to do the dirty work, and he's like, I know what I'm doing, lad, yeah, you follow what I say. Today, in that box, they put about 20,000 crosses in, lad, and
Won
he
everything.
was there and met,
everything.
I genuinely mean it, like every single one of them, lad. It was unreal. A touch, a header, it doesn't matter. He's there, and it's all about timing and positioning and reading the game, lad. He's honestly one of the best, he might be the best defender Liverpool have ever had, genuinely.
Best
He might be.
defender for Liverpool ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta respect the big Phil Thompson.
yeah.
The lads, you know,
I say
you know.
Sam Upia.
Alan Hansen.
The best
Respect your
defender,
legacy,
yeah,
right?
it's fair. The best defender in my lifetime, which is 30
Yes.
years old, so the best in my lifetime,
Yeah,
definitely.
nah, fully agree. Yeah, it has to
Even
be.
like
Yeah, it has to
there's
be.
small things, yeah, and I get that people say like it's an aura and whatnot, the aura gimmick and everything. Nani came onto the pitch. Nani looked like he was hungry, wanting to drive and whatnot. He looked up, he saw Van Dijk, and I can't even tell you what he tried to do.
See, that's the thing, though.
He looked up and said,
Fuck that.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Bro, this is what I'm saying, yeah. This is, at the end of the day, when you're talking about big players, big teams, all of these things are real, man.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the head, you're thinking, I've seen this guy be inevitable for so long.
Yeah.
Now I'm dribbling. We need a goal. I'm looking up. That's long.
No,
bro.
but
you, lad, not you.
can we talk about it as well? Because look, obviously, Poch, he's
Speaking
he'll
on
lose-
Poch,
he'll-
just quickly, there was
yeah.
a poll in the chat saying that is Poch the right man for Chelsea? We had over 700 votes.
No, what did
Yes
he say?
percentage said 46, no said
Wow.
53.
Who
That's
is?
close. Hit the likes, people, as well.
Yeah, hit the likes, smash the likes buttons in there.
but
We're
what
going to
I-
read the super chats out in a second as well. Just bear with me.
What I want to say is that like those two substitutions
Yeah.
of Mudryk and Noni,
Yeah.
bro, what are they doing on the pitch, bro? These are the times where I'm like, sometimes you do have to look at personnel.
Yeah.
What was Mudryk doing out there, bro?
Sprinting 100
You know when he
metres,
tried
lad.
a little thing, I think he had a shot or two.
Yeah.
What was Mudryk doing
100
out there?
metres of sprints,
Vibes.
lad, up and down the pitch. That's what he was doing.
He came
They're
on-
fast, like.
He came on and did nothing. I literally said, Mudryk has the easiest job in the world right now.
Just run.
Come on, we've been 0-0 for ages. All I have to do is just change the game. And we're playing against tired legs, Wembley, big pit. He came on and did absolutely nothing. And in the end, you're going to look at the manager, you're going to look at it. But sometimes, do these guys ever want to take responsibility? They
facts.
don't. Like, I personally never really speak about price tags because they don't dictate their price
That's
tag.
fair.
Yeah.
But goodness me, bro. Like, at one point, are we going to get to see this mercurial talent at any stage?
On the point you just made, yeah, I don't talk about price tags, but there has to be a sense of pride in your application. And I say that at any level. Like, there's a certain... you want to come off the pitch and know that, okay, you know what, I gave it my all. Nico Jackson came off, and I know that he tried for the assist and whatnot. He did a few little
did
things
try,
here and
he
there.
really did.
He tried. He can go and say, you know what, I actually did something today. Raheem Sterling had a disallowed goal, but apart from that, you probably look at his performance and say, bro, this is big bro. Big bro. Like,
nothing, yeah.
the youngers
You know-
need you today.
yeah.
Didn't really see
Do you know
anything.
who was brilliant at that? Bill Shankly, lad. One of his famous sayings was, I don't care what it is that I'm doing, I want to do it better than you. So that means if I'm mopping the floor, I'm going to mop that floor better than you, lad. That's what it's about.
That sounds, you know, those American...
That's real men.
That's
you
real,
know
lad.
them
I
American
want
men.
application is a real thing.
Gym instructor things.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
what are you wanting to do today? I'm waking up 5 minutes. It sounds like that.
Application is massive, lad. I do professional freestyle myself, lad. Like, application is everything to me. I go out and I apply myself even when I'm tired and I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
It's everything, lad. Because then when you get to look at yourself in the mirror, you say, all right, lads, well done. You might not do it. You might fail, but I'll say I'll give me all.
Gave you all.
I'm done now. I've finished. I will regret nothing because I give it everything, lad.
Yeah.
Woo! Nothing.
This is-
Yeah, is this a real mental?
yeah.
Like it with me, man. This is real mental. Like,
No.
what
Do you
is
think
it?
Fuad's
Say that-
happy?
Say that one more time.
Well, hey, what did I say again?
He blew his vibe.
No, but in
Nah.
general, like at the end of the day, yeah, a cup final for me, the principles of a cup final is everything goes out the window. It's one game. You give it everything, and the team that gave it everything today won. Despite not having their killers on the pitch, despite having a bunch of sixth formers, whatever you want to call on the pitch, they gave it everything and won. The team that spent, what did Gary Neville call it? The £1 billion bottle jobs.
Blue billionaire
Blue bottle
bottlers.
jobs. Well, I mean, the proof is in the pudding a little bit, because if you lose 6 domestic cup finals and you can't beat a team that has how many players that have not even played many professional games, then what is there left to say? There's no excuses. Nothing can be said. This is a dire situation. That is what you call an embarrassing moment. I was saying during the stream, if Chelsea won, when he even got up to lift up the trophy, it's got to be a muted kind of like a...
And when it got to
get
the
up.
penalties, I was like, like Chelsea celebrating this would be a little bit shameless. But what are we saying? We're basically saying the Poch curse continues.
I said that. I said, is it
it's been
Spurs or is
11
it
years.
Poch? Or is it Spurs or is it Harry Kane? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, listen, I'm telling you, maybe there's just this nucleus.
There's a recall of Harry Kane and Poch.
You know what I mean? But the ones that were really there for a long
Tell you
time.
what,
but
lad, they sold the souls to the devil or something. That's what they did to
Yeah.
be professional, lad. And the devil's like, I'm collecting now, lads. That's what's happening, bro.
11 years in this country, and he hasn't won a trophy. When you look at people like Ten Hag and people like Michael Laudrup came to this country and won a trophy. You're looking at Roberto Martinez won a trophy. You're
FA
looking
Cup
at
and that,
Manuel Pellegrini.
Ranieri.
You're looking at Ranieri, Kevin Keegan. No, is it Kevin Keegan? Sorry, Kenny Dalglish.
Dalglish, yeah.
All these people have won trophies, and Poch in 11 years or 10 years in England still has not won one. And we cannot say, he's had good sides. That Spurs side were a side that could win something. And this side now, Chelsea go again and Poch goes again. No trophies.
You ready
It's
to
not a
have
good
the
look for him at
honest
all.
conversation? With Poch, I remember when he got the job and I was saying that I wasn't too sure because I didn't know who I wanted to come in and I needed to assess something. And the first thing I said was, this is as big as an appointment for Chelsea as it is for him. Because your PSG moment, you won trophies there, cool. But the context of it is everyone wins trophies at PSG.
Yep.
And your win record compared to everyone else's and how you perform to compared to everyone else's, the VVS ain't really shining. It's looking a bit fugazi. So you now have a situation where you're going to a club that needs to be restored back to greatness. There's a certain mentality, a certain grit that is affiliated with that club, and you have to kind of win it for yourself. And that's why for me, this final was so big, because before the final, you finally started saying the right things. I actually feel like some of the comments that he made about the Klopp stuff actually benefited Chelsea today. I can say it now because on FCM, that should have probably been a red card. But because of what he said about don't make it a fairy tale club and everything, these things work, you know? That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to say this.
Caicedo nearly injures a player every game.
Yeah.
He's very clumsy.
Xabi Alonso's had 2 seasons as a professional manager and he's about to break the record in the Bundesliga, lad. Yeah,
there we go.
Like, that's serious. How can you trust a man that's never achieved greatness to take you there?
But what I'm saying,
I don't get it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is with the situation he was in, right, with a dire season, you kind of got a golden ticket. You're playing against a Liverpool side without their killers. I'll say it again. You're playing a Liverpool side without their killers. They then give you substitutions. And even for you to come out before the game and say that finals are meant to be played to win, you don't play the final. And then that extra time performance. Don't get me wrong. I understand what happened with the misses and whatnot. Yeah. That's not on him. But for me, I'm talking solely on the application of that Chelsea team in the extra time. You have to look and say what was said. What was actually said.
I feel like what he said. The players started to lose their energy. The team felt maybe penalties would be good for us. Chile felt really, really tired. Gallagher, after 5 minutes, we need to change. The effort was massive. We're a young team, nothing to compare with Liverpool because they also finished with young players. It's impossible to compare. But so I just think, mentality-wise, I'm shocked. I couldn't rate that because I also think as well, like when I look at Chelsea, like, and we talk about where you guys came from, whatever, since the Roman appointment. Roman, he obviously we've never really heard him speak, but he seemed like a very strong character, right? Yeah. Obviously they signed strong characters. Jose, the charisma behind him in them press conferences, he made you believe, bro. Yeah. Even when we snatched our first title back off you guys, he made you guys believe. He got sacked the next year, but he made you believe. Your players were crying when he got sacked. You know what I'm trying to say? And then you look at Conte's that you've had, and these characters, Ancelotti, these guys are managers that you would run through brick walls for. And that's the only thing when I see stuff like that. And instantly when Graham Potter got appointed, and again, Chelsea fans abused me for it. I said he hasn't got that charisma. He hasn't got a blueprint for be a Chelsea manager. And I think that's what you guys need. That's what you guys will get behind.
So let me say that this year, we've all played football. We've all played football. We're not professionals and whatnot. Bro, if I'm telling you in a cup final I'm tired, what am I supposed to hear?
Keep going, lads. You're here for the fight for this badge, lads.
30 fucking minutes
to win this fucking game today, lads.
This is our season is basically finished. This is your season here. You walk away with your first trophy. Yeah. I don't care about fatigue. Don't get me wrong. I get if you're.
No, not just Poch. Who the fuck in that Chelsea team is doing that? Who's saying? You know what? You know, like when you watch France win the World Cup, what was Pogba doing, lad? Screaming at his team, this is a day to remember forever. And if you fight with all your heart, you can go away with the World Cup. And he was there at the helm with Didier Deschamps, lad, leading his team. Chelsea right now, lad.
And this is where it goes back to the profiles you signed. I said it. You got rid of a World Cup winner, a Euros winner, and a seasoned Champions League winner.
Jorginho's out here balling for Arsenal.
Listen,
he's uncomfortable. He's out here playing. He's out here
the one sort of serious guy that you had in, you're having him play at the age of 39, and now he's losing his pace. You're making him look.
He's not even in the squad. He was even in the squad.
He's got injury. He's got injury, but because you've run him through the ground. I remember. I can't tell you how many clips I've seen at the end of the during the season where it pans to Thiago Silva and he's looking at, bro, what the hell am I doing? What's actually giving a hell yet? All of these young players
ain't that meant to be this risky? Ain't that meant to be like?
So none of them players will get to 39.
I'm glad you say this because I always give Raheem his just due and I always pay respect for him. Great Premier League player, does a lot and everything, but do we have to be real now and say, are we going to have the conversation that we had about Zinchenko and Jesus? Do we have to be real about it now? Because at the end of the day, people are saying
they don't care about Chelsea, lads.
No, but not even that. People are saying that, oh, Jesus and Zinchenko, you thought that you bought this thing to take you to the next stage, but there's a reason why they're okay being let go. Are we going to have to start having the same conversation about Raheem?
I mean, of course. I mean, he's not the same player that he was at Man City. Obviously, it's a better team,
Man
better
City
coach,
fans don't rate him
and stuff. Yeah, and he's in a position now where I just think he should really be taking on that leadership. You know what I mean? And maybe he might be pissed a little bit as well that you would have looked around and thought, if anyone's going to be given captain, surely it should be given to Raheem.
Experienced player.
He got Conor Gallagher holding the captain armband and stuff, and Chilwell and stuff. And I was thinking, straight away from there. So when I'm looking at it now, I'm just like, look, even when he was coming off, he looked a bit confused to be coming off.
Yeah.
But it's like your performance didn't warrant necessarily you being on the pitch. So it's like he's in a bit of a tough situation. He's been at such a high, and now he's in Chelsea in such a low. At Chelsea at such a low. Yeah. It's like, where do you go from here? And the thing is, I feel like with the Chelsea model as well, they're probably going to start looking at it and be thinking, how do we get another young player in? And next thing you know, Raheem Sterling's sitting on the bench, and so he's
on big
going to
wages.
got some big decisions.
I'm not even thinking that far ahead. But my whole thing is, when I rate players, I hold them to a different level, different pedestal, as you should with your big players.
Yeah.
This is someone that you've been there, you've seen everything. Therefore, the way I look at you is not the way I'm going to look at a Noni or Mudryk and whatnot, because these guys are babies in the game.
The same way Virgil just carried the team.
Exactly, and for me, it just feels like there's a disconnect. Maybe because of what you're saying, he doesn't feel like he's been given that big dog respect by Chelsea, and maybe that's part of the issue. But what this move was supposed to be for me was that he was finally getting his team. And what it's become is his younger bro and Cole Palmer has the team. Cole Palmer's on the posters of the Carabao Cup and not Raheem. And that is, when you think about it, that's part of the issue as well, where Chelsea are. Like, the big bros are not the big bros. Like, and there's a lot of issues there, but in all
let's go through the super chats.
Let's go through the super chats, but it's a scary moment. Let's go. Felipe H says, Virgil van Dijk has entered the elite level. Player of the season so far. Salah Wembley medal. Hazard being coached by Chunks ? Debate over Cams, you fraud. Also, Chilwell's a disgrace. I don't know why you're catching the stray there, but
Chilwell, by the way,
pure footballer probably.
Lad, Chilwell today infuriated me, lad. He was so disrespectful. There was no sportsmanship. He was kicking kids and shouting at kids, and it was stupid, lad. He was captain.
But are you guys not bored of Hazard Salah debates? Salah just one.
There's no comparison.
No, hold on. I'm not even gonna get into it. I know you were just about to do
not even that, but it's like,
not even that. Are you not just bored of the debate? The debate. You think Salah's better, obviously.
Hazard passes the eye test, brilliant. He is the eye test. He's wonderful to look at. But Salah is consistency. It's not how good you do it. It's how good you do it, how long you do it good for, lad. Frank Sinatra said that. That's what makes champions, lad. Consistency is the number one attribute you should look for in athletes, performers, whatever. Whoever does it the longest is the best. End of.
But so look, so that's his take on this. But that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
You think somebody's greater, that's cool. But I'm seeing this debate everywhere now. Hazard Salah. It's like let's let it rest, man. Like, it's getting regurgitated every single time.
Let it rest, man. One guy's retired, one guy's still doing stuff. Great, like just let it go. There's other things we can discuss.
People are saying I started it, bro.
That's fair. That's fair.
Bro, I started like 3 seasons ago, bro. I don't even talk about that.
Hazard passes the eye test. He's beautiful to watch. Absolutely. The same way Thiago is one of the best footballers I've ever seen play football, but he doesn't play, so he's not the best midfielder. That's it.
Let me go through the rest of these ones. So Mr. Jack McLaughlin goes, Sean Hederman, avid watcher of the pod, hold that L. Mr. K goes, while people debate Rice and Enzo, it is Wataru Endo who is putting super samurai god mode performances. You never walk alone. Liverpool above all London clubs.
Endo does deserve massive credit, especially
100%.
Because we kind of saw Endo's absence felt as well. Because look, let's keep it 100. When Endo signed for Liverpool,
everyone said,
if Endo signed in normal circumstance, we would have all been like, okay, cool. But Endo signed after Liverpool tried to break their record transfer for Caicedo, right? He walked into this club. Yeah, Klopp did that whole, we're going to really need you. Yeah. Then we didn't see Endo for a bit. He didn't play in the beginning. And I was like, yo, did Klopp tell lies here? Like, McAllister's playing 6. It was looking a bit. Endo's coming to the team. And Liverpool have gone up another level, because when McAllister was playing, Liverpool was so easy to transition against. Yep. But now Endo's in there, and they become a little bit more solid in the middle of the park. Yep. And when you're looking at these big money signings, when you're looking at some of the signings of the season, you're gonna have to include Endo in there, because you also saw his absence when he went to the Asia Cup.
Yep. Yeah.
Now he's back, and this is the thing. Obviously, Liverpool need all their players back, but he's actually a key player in their team now. And in every starting 11 that Liverpool fans will have, it's not going to be McAllister 6 and then Jones and Sebastian. It's going to be Endo, Mahrez, Sebastian. He deserves massive credit.
Liverpool have always done this, by the way. Andy Robertson cost £3 million
from a relegated team.
Hull. Liverpool have done this. This
That's
is what
just-
we
that's
do.
Jurgen
We
Klopp.
never
That's
get
why he's
taken
an
the
elite
cleaners.
coach.
We
That's
don't,
why
we
he's elite.
don't
Bargain
get
hunter.
taken the cleaners, us lad, never. If you say 80 mil for a player that we don't really believe in, we're like, Sam, keep your 80 mil. You do your thing, like you keep the player, we'll go find someone else.
But what I
And
say
they
with-
work.
What I say with
get
Endo
Suchet,
as
yeah.
well is that I remember when he had the first, after he scored the goal and everything, I said you can see the difference when Liverpool play a player in position in that team. It's as simple as that. His whole job is to be a 6. When you have water carriers, let them carry the water.
Yeah.
Simple. There's
Do it to
nothing
the
wrong
best
with
of your
that.
ability.
There's
Carry that water to the
there's
best.
nothing wrong with that. And again, if you want to speak about Chelsea, Conor Gallagher does amazing at carrying the water, but in the final third is where it's tricky. Why are we not playing him in a place which benefits his best attributes? That comes
Alright, let's
down to
get
good
through
management.
super chats.
But before going to super chats, listen, as we mentioned before, we've got the amazing Emma Sleep hair. Listen, sofa bed goes from sofa to bed in 10 seconds. Sit to sleep, easy. But remember, listen, Emma don't just do this, they do everything as well. Duvets, mattress toppers, sofa beds, the whole lot of it. Listen, get involved. 200 night trial, 2-year guarantee, free delivery and free return. You can get involved by entering your code DR Sports. That would get you 5% off any order on the Emma Sleep website. I remember as well, if you spill a drink in it, it'll be fine. I'm surprised you haven't spilled.
Which is
the
great
beer.
actually, because I'm drinking a Budweiser right now. No stains anywhere. Fantastic.
Listen, let's keep going into the rest of these super chats. Beckenbauer Regen says CFC have built a foundation for mediocrity. I would have to agree with that. James Arthur, I hope this is not the artist, says VVD winning trophies with kids, but a certain striker. He's sending for someone, but I don't know who. James, let us know who you're sending for.
I know who he's sending for, but I'll let him get in there.
VVD.
Yeah, send another
winning
super
trophies
chat.
with kids,
I
but
know who you're
Yeah,
sending for, James.
I think I know too, but say it with chest.
I don't know. I think that went over my head. That one.
I know who you're sending
GP says LFC winning like me in a hot tub with Ty and Robbie. Don't
What?
know why you sent
Pardon?
in, but
Winning like
fair
me,
play
yeah.
to you. Alex Byram, apologies if I've butchered that, says Cams, I told you about Bradley. Also speak on Endo bossing those Chelsea bums. One out of the quadruple for Liverpool. We believe you never walk alone.
But
I
this is the guy
believe
that said
this is the guy that said
the
bench in couple
Trent.
letters.
He said bench Trent.
Lad, I get it, bro.
Oh, you lot are smoking
It's
buds,
mad.
man.
Oh no, it's not
Nah, you
about
lot
bench
on,
and
nah,
Trent.
you lot on crowd
It's not
nine,
about
You're
bench and
smoking.
Trent. It's not saying that Conor Bradley is a better player than
Yeah.
Trent. He's not. But in the moment, Trent is coming back from an injury, lad. And when we brought him on in that game, we had to take him off at half time because he wasn't ready. So right now, he needs to be on the bench so we can recover, or in the injury bench, and then bring him back on for Conor. We can do that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
LG Brown sends a super chat in saying Cam's check on Maz in Matisse. He's having a meltdown.
Bro, I would tend to Matisse soon. I would tend to Matisse soon. He's been talking a lot. I'll be there. Trust me.
I actually feel sorry for Matisse because he's got to do the show tomorrow with Abby, Robbie, and the guys, and they're looking to cook something.
Yeah, Gilly's gonna be
special for
there,
him.
lad.
Yeah, he's gonna be on top form. Ethan, regular super chatter, says last I said leave Bruton at Luton and bring Barkley this week. Andres Pereira and we'll be dunking on him. Forest next week. Gibbs White is waiting. Damn.
Who's that for United?
Damn.
I didn't see. What did he say?
He said last week I said leave Bruno at Luton and bring Barkley. This
Oh.
week it's Andres Pereira and we'll be dunking on him. This week come in Forest. It'll be Gibbs White waiting.
No comment. Everybody's seen my views. Again, listen. You see, with me, I get abused for all my takes, but
Everyone does. For
First they
everything, lad.
laugh.
first I say, first you call me crazy, and then later you understand what I'm talking about.
Everyone
you know
gets
what I'm
abused
saying?
for the takes, lad.
Yeah.
You could say the most perfectly
Literally.
100% accurate thing, but you'll get abused for it. lad.
There we go.
That's the point of opinions, right? That's why we love football.
That's why we love it.
Yeah.
Sadiq says Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus. I appreciate that Arsenal don't speak on my players you forward. Chelsea deserve everything coming their way. If you listen to what I said carefully, the comments that come about a lot of them is you guys those brought them in. You need to then replace them to go to the next level, and that's what people are probably thinking about with Sterling. Taz says Enjo and Kai's Spice getting dogged by NPCs is glorious. Jason J also says Palmer's been good this season, but today he was awful. I actually spotlighted him in the thing and I said that he'd be a key player, and I think ultimately when he's been at City playing Community Shield and everything, he's not had to be the main man. Today he had to be the main man. I actually felt like he did grow into the game.
Windows, didn't he? He
Yeah,
had windows.
but no one else took the service he did. And the shot that gets saved, I mean, he tries to just be careful with it. I can't really take that away
Went
from
safe,
him.
didn't he?
But yeah. Robbie Salmon has just sent one in saying that you can make a full team with Liverpool's injuries.
You could, yeah.
You
And it'd be
probably
a
could.
starting Liverpool team.
You probably could. You probably could. But listen, man, that is a wrap up on the Chelsea and Liverpool thing. Hold tight Liverpool as well. I mean, for Klopp as well, I think it was quite nice that he got to lift it with
Moments,
Virgil van Dijk.
beautiful, mate.
Really,
It nearly
really
made me
nice
cry.
touch.
I know it's only a Carabao Cup, lad, but he means so much to the people of
Yeah,
Liverpool.
man.
It's unreal.
But listen,
Love
man,
him.
I'm not the only team that lost this week. You get me? You get me? He's been waiting. Man, talk about me. Start the likes. Let's cook cans.
Man said, let's cook cans, you know.
United.
We
The
don't
NUS
talk
bounce has stopped.
about- the new
Nah.
owner bounce.
New owner bounce has come to an end after the paperwork has been sealed. Ah, man, listen. Let's talk about this game though. Fulham, that was the first time that they have scored a winner at OT since Steed Malbronk. You know them old school Premier League heritage names
Mal-
there.
Mal- It was a baller,
bro.
That was a
I
baller.
think that was 2003, I think
the
it
French
was.
fellow, innit? Yeah, remember this?
Yeah,
Steed
yeah,
Malbronk.
sure.
Malbronk, lad,
Steed
tells it.
Malbronk. Madness.
Also, their second away win since the very
Since the
start of the season,
first
the
game
first game of the season. Mad.
What?
Yes.
Wow, I never knew that.
They haven't won away at all. And
That's
the second
insane.
one is
Yeah,
you.
that's the second time they won away
Crazy,
this
lads.
season.
But you got them actually. So you got them at their ground last minute with
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then they got you back.
They
like, with the volley.
retaliated. 10th Premier League loss of the season.
How many at Old Trafford?
Double digits.
I don't actually know.
Double
These stats
digits.
have gone over my head at this point.
It's actually a lot at Old Trafford.
Double
You know,
digits.
it's not the fortress it was, lad.
No,
It
it's
really
not.
isn't.
Digits.
No, it's not. We lost
Saying
that
that the
City. We lost Forest. We
Fulham.
lost Fulham.
3.
I don't even know.
Bro,
who
I
else we
mean,
lost.
like,
we just lose there all
Have
the
we
time.
got to
Obviously,
play
we-
against you as well, haven't we? Yeah.
We've got. Let's set up the context. Of course, the boy wonder at the moment not playing, but the first thing that was quite interesting was the starting of Forson and how that was sort of said before the game, and a lot of United fans were like, interesting. No Ahmed mention and whatnot. The game then starts, and again you're looking at this United team, and you're looking at Fulham, and thinking, why is this happening? Like, are you at the point where this is just expected for United now, where you just don't feel anything towards it, and it's like, you know what, we're gonna sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Is that how?
It's man thing in it? Don't care. Don't care anymore. I just don't care.
Like, that is how I feel, to be honest. Like, look, it's not unexpected anymore. Fulham thoroughly deserved to win that game. They bossed us from the start to the finish.
Facts.
Fulham. You know what I mean? Iwobi
Fulham.
just came back. Bassi just came back. They bossed us. Iwobi could have scored 2 goals. He ran through our midfield like they weren't there. We're talking about Chelsea's midfield. Man United's midfield is non-existent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Man United's midfield cannot compete physically. Man United's midfield cannot get about, cannot keep the ball. And I said a few weeks ago that Man United's midfield is a major issue. And 2 of our key players that are seen as is Bruno, is Casemiro. These are players that are seen as big players for Man United. These guys are liabilities as well. They get run past. They can't keep the ball. They don't help us retain. They don't. Even going forward now, nothing's really going on anymore.
Yep.
So when you can't win your midfield battles, this is why I expect every single midfielder comes up against Manchester United and looks like they're about to have the best game of their career. I haven't seen Iwobi look like that since Everton days.
Yeah,
since
same,
Arsenal days.
Since
Same,
Iwobi.
Yeah, I mean, since Arsenal days. But literally, he was running through us like prime Kaka, bro.
Your best
I
midfielder
couldn't
is an
believe it.
18-year-old lad called
Yeah,
Manu, lad.
yeah, exactly.
He's your best midfielder.
And I
he's
feel
great,
sorry
brilliant.
for him a
No,
lot of the time.
Brilliant, but also he's your best midfielder. He
I feel
shouldn't
sorry
be.
I genuinely feel the longer he continues playing with these guys, we're gonna ruin him.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. The longer he keeps playing with these guys, we will ruin him.
Yeah.
And that's why I keep saying now, like, look, Ineos or Sir Jim and whoever he wants to bring in have the easiest job for me, because no United fan should be able to open their mouth and argue with their decisions if they decide to move ruthless. If these owners say, I want to get rid of Bruno, I want to get rid of Casemiro, I want to get rid of Varane, I want to get rid of whoever, fans shouldn't open their mouth to argue, because none of these players deserve anything. A lot of these fans think that these players have credit in the bank. What credit in the bank?
Not with United.
This is the worst Man United team I've ever seen.
Yeah, not with
This is
United.
the worst era we've ever been in. What credit in the bank do they have? Do we have a Steven Gerrard that's holding this club up that you can say, do you know what you did in the Champions League for us? What you did, what is it? That night in Wembley last year. Is this what we're holding on to? Ten Hag too. That's the thing about it, right? A lot of times fans think that, again, as I said with Chelsea, it has to be one or the other. Ten Hag is proving time and time again that he's not good enough. He's on borrowed time, in my opinion. And Ineos have an easy decision to make there for me. But the players, there needs to be a clear squad overhaul. And I feel like I'm repeating myself all the time. But the problem is, it's going to come with some of your favorite players. It's going to come with these guys. Because you're looking at this is pathetic now. It's genuinely pathetic. For United. And you have the tactical accounts that are arguing about, oh, look at the spaces being left. But then I'm watching it and I'm seeing guys volley the ball to absolutely no one in 60 yards of space. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, the manager can't control these guys on a PS. What he can do is put them in a shape to be able to win in the best possible manner. Whatever. He's not doing that. Yeah. But the players, look at these guys. Then, like, do we all have eyes here? These guys are not that good. Yeah. They're not that good. Do you know what I mean?
You play players to the strengths, lad. Your manager's supposed to go, I know you think you're good at that, but you're not, lad. So this is where you're playing, and that's what's going to happen, right? The same way that Trent still plays right back, because he's still a good right back, lad. Yeah. And he hasn't put him centre mid because he's like, I know you've got to go past, lad, but you're a fucking right back, so get him right back, lad. That's what managers do. He just hasn't got it. I've got a question for you, though.
Yes.
End of the season, yeah. Mr. Tuchel's fucking off from Bayern Munich, isn't he? Would you have him?
I'm not the biggest fan of Tommy Tukes.
But who else are you going to get?
That's the thing. Only thing I like about Tuchel is that he has big club experience.
And he's a
he has big club experience, but I mean, looking at the football that he was playing at Chelsea after a while, it wasn't that he was getting carried by the defenders, scoring goals. You're looking at the football that he's playing at Dortmund, it's not the greatest. But what I did say is, look, if the new owners, whoever they decide to bring in, I'm going to have my opinion, we're all going to share our opinion, but I'll give that person time, see what happens, and let's see how it goes, because I expect it to be thoroughly thought through with all these new board members and stuff, and they all saying Sir Jim came out and had a great interview. He had, listen, in terms of interviews, that's the best interview of all time.
Man says, Jassim, you don't exist.
Yeah, he said everything you would want to hear as a Man United fan, but now it's time to go out and do it. And the reason why I'm saying it's easy to do is because look at what you're walking into. You're walking into a mess. You can really leave your imprint on this team. It's not like you're walking into some big personalities and some big, what can I do here? You're walking into a bunch of guys who, when I'm looking at these guys play for Man United now, maybe I'm looking at it in the lens of a United lens. Maybe they are better in other positions. Maybe if Rashford goes somewhere, he'll be better. Maybe if Bruno goes somewhere, he'll be a little bit better. Or whoever. But one thing about him, that when you're, in my opinion, pretty average players, but then you've lost the confidence to play for Man United, I look at these guys, they don't want to play for us, bro. And they don't want to play there. The burden of Man United for me, has overcome them now. They don't want to play. McTominay, when he starts games, doesn't really want to run anymore. He now, when he comes on for the motivation, off the bench, I need to go and win this game, this match for the team. Cool, he has the motivation. But I'm looking at, that's somebody that used to run his socks off. You're looking at Casemiro. He just lunges in and just lets people run. Bruno, he just whining and doing all this stuff. Rashford doesn't look like he wants to be there anymore. It's been such a long time of a losing nucleus, it will take a toll on you, bro. But that's why I think let's do them all a favour, mate.
No, but what you just said there, I agree.
What the hell?
But what you just said contradicts what you said about Chelsea, lad, because Chelsea did that. They took the risk of going, right, everything that we've got, let's rip it up, let's start anew. And you do need to take risks like that. Like Formula 1 teams do that, right? Yeah. Formula 1 teams get like new heads in and then they change the whole formation, like that Williams team that's currently, they've won a few races, lad, because they've changed the tactics. It can go either way, lad. It's very precarious.
I think you've got to be informed on how you do it.
Exactly. So Todd Bowley coming in is not informed. He doesn't know how the football world works, and I guess he's a businessman. He made millions of pounds, like much more savvy than me, of course, but you don't know how football works, because it's not working. So your plan and your business model, not good.
You see what you said though, about like, players not wanting to run, players just feeling here and everything. I always say, and we don't have to get into the nitty-gritty of it now, but there's a difference between a coach and a manager. We'll get into Arsenal, but I'll say that Arsenal right now, in terms of what I'm looking at, are probably the best coached side in the Premier League. The best managerial job for me at the moment is what Klopp is doing with Liverpool. In terms of how he's told them, it's not too much on tactics, but listen, this is how we need to be together on the spirit to manage the team to get them to where they are. And with Arteta, it's coaching, it's principles, it's stuff like that. With United, there's not any coaching, and I'm not seeing any management. Because even small things like, substitutions that I saw yesterday, I said, God damn.
That's the thing. If you're going to start, you've signed, and listen, in a way, I'm happy that
same for Chelsea, by the way.
In a way, I'm happy that he's not playing him in Anthony, because Anthony has been awful. But at the same time, you are the manager of Man United, right? The only reason Anthony is at this club is because you wanted Anthony. You insisted that you want Anthony. We brought him to the club. and you're starting Amari Forson. You threw him deep, and he looked lost. That, by the way, he looked like he didn't know what he was meant to do. Should I play right wing? Should I play 9? He had no idea what he was doing out there. I felt sorry for him. But that's your £80 million signing sitting on it. You're not. That's your son. That's your son.
Yeah, no,
that's your son. It's not even like it's a random.
That's your name.
That is your son, and that type of stuff is damning. And a lot of people think, well, okay, bring in this new recruitment. They'll align with Ten Hag, and then he'll just be able to coach. All right, cool. But what coaching are we seeing? So I would understand it if Man United, Ten Hag signings were bad, but we're playing some certain style, certain way. And it's like, oh, do you know what? With better recruitment, you bring in this, you bring in that. Now I look at it though, and I think to myself, all right, you bring in, for example, I really wanted McAllister in the summer. If McAllister played for us right now, he would look like Eriksen. He would look like Eriksen because the spaces that we leave, the gaps, he will be getting run through. He'll be getting run past. So Ten Hag can do better. But at the same time, we've had a lot of these players for a while. We've had a lot of these players that are getting that have been overrated, that have been boosted. They haven't done anything. These guys haven't done anything for this attachment to them. There's too much attachment to these players who have given us pretty much nothing. You've given us goals. Oh, you gave us that night in PSG. Oh, you gave us that Carabao Cup. What the hell is that? This is Man United.
Lads, when Jürgen Klopp
this is ridiculous,
I've
bro.
got a question for you. Random question. Based on what you've seen so far, and like based on what you've seen historically, who is more infuriating or frustrating or like worse? Glazers or Clear Lake?
I mean, it has to be the Glazers. It's been so long, innit?
Yeah.
It has to be the Glazers. It's been so long. But now this is the thing. We don't have to speak about... Obviously, Glazers are still in charge. Yeah. But you hope to a point where you don't have to speak about them much. And you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. But I'm somebody... I don't know. Maybe I'm old school, right? But when I watch football, I look at players. Yeah. I know this era is all about this and triangle and diagram and this coach and this coach.
XG.
But when I watch football, I look at what players are doing out there sometimes. And I just can't believe what people like Bruno Fernandes are doing on the pitch. I can't believe... I'm genuinely cannot believe what he is doing. And people will say, well, the manager should tell him not to do that. He's a 30-year-old man.
Yeah, do something, bro.
He's a big man. He's a big man. Some of the decisions... some of the times when I'm seeing Casemiro dive in, I'm seeing Bruno hoof it and then whine or try and take a shot and then whine and get up. I'm like, bro, what am I witnessing here by these guys? These are a bunch of shirkers for me, bro.
Yeah, and
that's what I see it.
Your owners are naive and his owners are complicit, lad. Do you understand? They've been doing it for 10 years. They don't care. Yours just don't know what to do. There's a difference, lad.
Yeah.
It's mental, like, and the thing is, I feel like, you know, when it comes to United, I'm like, bro, there's not much words to say anymore. We all know what the issues are. You have to clear out. Look, the team that Klopp won with, it's a completely different team, bar 3-4 that he inherited. Arteta, we're all praising the job that he's doing. This is a completely different side to the one bar 3-4 whatever that he inherited. So we know now. You are going to need to get rid of these guys. Look, when these managers come in, they get rid of players that might have an attachment to the fans.
Yes.
Well, who cares? Yeah. You're going to have to do it.
Do you want to win?
But in the beginning, but you do have to show. Everyone uses Arteta as an example of thingy. He kind of losing his way to the... He got there, he was losing. You don't have... That's not... Listen, use that as an outlier. Yeah. When Jurgen Klopp came in, he was not losing his way to the top. Yeah. He got to Europa final, got to Champions League final, he did this. Football was great, exciting. You need something to believe in. And when I look at Ten Hag and I look at these players, a bunch of dead men walking for me, man. Like you talk about soulless. Yeah. Them men are soulless.
But also he's tried. He's done the same thing that Arteta has done and Klopp's done. He's tried to implement that style. So Klopp or Karius didn't work out, and he was very ruthless with it and said, sorry, it didn't work out, lad, I'm going to have to go and get Alisson.
See, he had that with Bravo,
Dejan Lovren in there, lad, who scored winners for us against Dortmund and stuff. Yeah. People did like him, lad. And he was like, no, you're not good enough, lad, you're going to have to go. You had Sakho, do you remember Sakho? Yeah. Sakho was an alright little defender, lad. He's like, don't like you, lad, you're going to have to leave. Yeah. That's what Klopp did. He knows what he wants from his team. And unfortunately, if you can't deliver that for me, you can't be part of this journey. I'm sorry. And that's what he's done, lad.
I'm all for giving a manager time. You know what I mean? But you got to give us something to hold on to and believe, right? Yeah. I'm all for giving managers time, but come on, 10 losses in the Premier League, 10 losses. I think his loss rate this season is like 42%.
Loss rate?
Yes, we're losing nearly half of our games, bro.
I've got a super chat here from Schaefer Smith, and it says only Sheffield have more shots against them this season than United.
Whoa.
And Arsenal scored this month more than half of the goals. He's not worded this
See
right.
that? It's 100 shots or something in like the
Before
last
he's like
7 weeks or something.
495 shots this season.
In like the last 7 games or something, you faced 100 shots or
Damn.
something crazy. But Man City have only conceded 197 the entire season.
This is the difference.
It's madness.
This is the difference. Like, this is literally all these stats prove what you're actually
lie.
watching.
Yeah.
We can all see this, but look, I keep saying it, right? The owners come in, they have decisions to make. They have big decisions to make, and I think right now they'll already be looking at that, because look, people are saying there's no standout option for a coach and stuff. You go out there and do it. You know what I mean? You go out there, do it.
Ineos will be
Simple as
looking
that.
at someone.
They have to, because this is unacceptable. This is like, I don't even like using the "this is Man United" card, but this is Manchester United. You cannot be losing 10 games, and the season's not over. Still got Liverpool, still got Arsenal. We got City this weekend. Good luck, mate. Listen, good luck. We got City this weekend. Like, listen, the season's not over. You're trying to tell me I can walk away from a Premier League season losing like 15 games?
Damn.
Are you crazy?
As a Man United fan, that's mad.
Are you crazy?
Damn.
But also, it's hard as well, because Liverpool had this period where we didn't win anything. Like, we had Stuart Down and Charlie Adam. And
We're in that era. This is our era.
It's horrible, lad. And I mean,
What's the difference between Anthony and Stuart Downing? Are we not in this era?
Spinny tricks, lad.
This
That's
is what
about
I'm
it, lad.
saying.
Yeah.
We're in this
Hey, do you
era.
know what's so funny as well? Do you remember that there was one season where Stuart Downing got into the England Euro squad off 1 Premier League assist?
What was it?
I can't remember what season it was, but
Was it like outside the big
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
I
That
think
was
I
the one
remember.
assist for season.
Yeah,
Going
yeah.
to Anthony was on what, 1 assist, 1 goal, something like that. It's,
Bro, no, but real talk, you look at that. You look at it. We are in that era. Like, we're in that era. Like, I really hope in 3 seasons. Listen, so Jim Ratcliffe said. They said next season can Man United, and one thing I rate is that he was like, next season, nah, this is gonna be 2-3 seasons potentially for Man United to get. Let's respect Man City a little bit. We cannot get to Man City level in a season. That's fine. But in that 3 season, by that 3rd season, I want to look at this Man United team that we are currently fielding now. And laugh my head off, bro.
That's what Jürgen
And be
said.
like, who are these guys? Bro? I want to laugh my head off.
Where are they now?
Thank
If they
you.
play.
Jürgen
Where are
come
they
in,
now?
That's when Jürgen come in, he literally said in one of his first presses, lad, he came in and went, I will win the league in 5 years.
And he did it
that
that
will
exact-
happen,
yeah.
and it did.
Yeah.
He literally delivered
Jose,
on every
Chelsea.
promise.
That's boss. That's
Jose
boss
came in
stuff.
and said, listen, I'm not one of the bottle.
But not arrogant though, it wasn't even arrogant. It was like, he laughed and he was like,
Yeah.
lads, I'm going to win it, in like 5 years, it's going to be mad, but I
That's
will
what it's all
promise.
about.
And everyone was like, you're nuts.
I'm looking at that Simeone and Zaghi though. That Inter, he's moving me a little
Simeone
bit.
would suit Man
No,
United.
not Diego Simeone.
Oh,
Inzaghi.
Simeone and Zaghi.
Inzaghi.
Okay, yeah.
Watching him closely still.
He's got a
he
good
looks
win rate, he's
Yeah.
Inter, isn't he?
Yeah. 8 out of his 10 finals
Yeah.
that he's been in. He's been in 10 finals since 2018.
See the
That's some
blueprint,
Jurgen Klopp
the blueprint,
stats.
the blueprint for greatness, yeah. It also comes sometimes from the greatest players, lad, and he definitely was one of them great players, lad. He was a tapping merchant, like, but he was
No,
wonderful.
that was his brother.
That's his brother, yeah.
Oh,
That was
my
his
bad.
brother.
So sorry,
yeah,
lads.
yeah, that's
My
his
bad.
brother. That's his brother.
He's gonna put
Or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
It's
Yeah.
different.
Lack of football knowledge there, lad. Sorry about that. I'll get off the stream now, lad.
Got super chat from Ethan again, which says set managers are saying, look at the big picture.
Yeah,
Where
bro,
is it?
That's what he said. We
Said
lost
look
that
at the-
game,
but look at the big
and
picture.
and this is what I'm talking about. You need to say things that the fans are gonna believe.
Yeah.
What's the
Like
big
fans-
picture?
So basically, he came out and said, "Oh, we at the end we could have won the game. Oh, but fans need to look at the big picture. Listen, those are those type of words. Yeah, I promise you, those are the words
Cop out.
that managers use to gaslight you as a
Yes.
fan.
Yeah.
Ollie used to do a lot of that
Yeah.
stuff, right? They
Change your expectations.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
They use this stuff. He's trying to buy. You gotta remember, this is his livelihood.
Yep.
He's trying to buy himself time.
But you know-
Look, oh fans, look at the bigger picture. What the hell is the bigger? We can't see
He
it
should
with
be
you.
saying, sorry, I want to win for your
Yes.
club. I'm sorry,
We
I'm
can't
going to
see
work
it.
hard
The
to
big-
win.
We
The
can't
bigger
see
issue,
it.
because it's the same thing with Poch. The bigger issue that I have with that is you're saying that to maybe protect yourself and make it seem like, oh, there's more at play. But what you're doing is you've got young, impressionable young men in that changing room probably thinking that, oh, you know what? It's okay that we lost. There's a bigger picture. You know what? We can still get European football. So then now I'm angry at the players for not turning up when you've kind of built this culture. That word, culture. You've built a culture where it's acceptable to lose at home to Fulham.
Yeah.
You've built a culture where it's
Stink.
acceptable to not turn up in extra time because you're tired. That's where the managers have to, again, That's when I look at managers. You build these wrong cultures. Speaking of managers that are building good cultures, though, it's only right we speak about Arsenal this week again.
Wow.
The bullies are doing what needs to be done. 4 goals against Newcastle. And the reason why I like this performance was because they said they're going to get their get back. They got it back in blood. They said that performance with the rigged goal and everything, we're going to learn you something. And the press, the goals,
Destroyed them.
destroyed. And now what we're seeing is, even though they're still in 3rd place,
Yeah, it's mad.
because of everything that's going on, Arsenal in this place where just keep going. How long can you keep going for? Don't get me wrong. The loss against Porto, no shots on target, unacceptable. But that's how you bounce back.
I said, Arsenal have to win every game until Man City away.
Yeah.
That's they have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know this.
Yeah,
Toil.
absolutely.
You know this, bro.
Yeah.
You have to win every game
Yeah.
until Man City away. And you know what's funny? I was looking at it and I'm like, this title race is actually mad interesting because I think people look at Liverpool and think they're the worst of the 3. That's what I think. People look at it, but Liverpool are top.
Yeah.
I look at City, people think they're the best of the 3. But they're not they're playing a little bit like it's not vintage City, right? And then you look at Arsenal, who are seen as like the bottlers, they're playing the best.
Yeah.
So it's like it's so mad interesting title race at the moment. Like it's so interesting the way Arsenal are playing, blowing teams away. They got Nottingham. They got Sheffield United on the weekend.
That might be 10.
Hey, I'm praying for Chris Wilder here. Bro. We might
getting
see
it.
some obscene scoreline.
They are
Honestly,
getting it, lad.
what they are doing is they're just. Like I said it a few weeks ago. They're peaking at the right
time.
moment, bro. The players are now coming back soon as well. They're feeling it, but again, you can't write off juggernauts in Liverpool. You can't write off juggernauts in Manchester City because I look at Man City sometimes, and then don't you ever just look at the table and you're like, when did City get there? Are you ever like that?
But it's always like that
I'm
for
like,
me sometimes.
yeah, and I'm like,
The sleepers, lad.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's
what?
always that.
Oh, they've won the league. What the fuck
Yeah,
did that happen?
yeah.
It doesn't help that they're never on the Jumbotron as well. So sometimes you just look, they won 2-0.
Yeah,
Two-
yeah, yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
what? When did
Yeah.
they play? But the reason why I particularly like this title race that we have is Liverpool at the moment. You said that this game today could be your make or break for your season, but Liverpool are like a wounded animal. Like it's the worst. When they're in this
Fighting
little
for their
mode,
life, lad.
they fight for their life. And with Arsenal, what I'm really liking is similar to how we say that big players need to step up. Bukayo Saka, people talk about world class this, world class that. I don't care about that. I just want to make sure I turn up for my team right now. We spoke about the formidable partnership at the back of Saliba and Gabriel. Gabriel's looking like Van Dijk from these set pieces, shipping him with goals and everything.
Their set pieces are
clutch.
penalties
Next
now.
Exactly.
up,
They're penalties.
they are next up. And they're
So
going to
now
win
they last year people said that they bottled it at the end and everything. Look at that team. Look at individuals saying, you know what, that hurt me last year. It's not happening again next year. I don't care if we're still 3rd. We're still going to keep running.
Yeah.
I respect the fact that they are doing that.
Yeah.
My issue was, did they have enough depth on their bench? Right now, they're looking at, listen, we don't even need a bench.
Yeah, but their
We're
bench
gonna
is
set
coming back as well.
They're trying,
Their
but they're
team's
saying that
coming
we're
back.
going to set this game in 60 minutes. You're looking against the game Newcastle. You're thinking 8 p.m. Can Newcastle make it a difficult game? The game's over in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
How glorious is that?
Yeah,
They needed to lose the league last season. They need to lose. Part of success is failure. And I mean that truly, deeply, lad. You have to lose to feel the sting, to build the fire, to want to win.
And
And,
to say,
that's
"I don't
what
wanna
they're
go back there
doing.
anymore."
Yeah, I'm not doing that. We're good enough to win. I want to win. I'll run that extra mile. I'll kick that extra harder. I'll win, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They're getting it. I'm
you know
telling you
what's-
now, they're next up.
Do you know what's so
They're
good
next
about
up.
this title race, right? Arsenal, Liverpool, City have got to go to Anfield. Arsenal have got to go to City. Arsenal still have to go to like Spurs.
Spurs
have to
Liverpool
play all
have to go
three.
to United.
Spurs play
so
all
there's
three.
going to be Spurs and United are just going to try to be party poopers, right? That's all our jobs are. But it's the fact that the top teams are
Have
still
to play
playing
each
each
other.
other.
That's well played.
So for example, when Liverpool, let's say Man City win their games until the Liverpool game, right? That week, Arsenal can go top.
Yeah.
Arsenal can go top of the league.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's going to start looking like
Liverpool
for
have
the
to
rest
win.
of it.
And
It's
the
gonna be
most,
mad.
the most important thing for us now as well is, even though it doesn't look like it's done much, the goal difference that they've managed to reclaim through these performances, perfect. Because if it goes down to it and you're trying to like I said little horse before, and obviously people took the long way. I said just being amongst it, that goal difference is super healthy for them. So
Yeah, it's mad because all of them have plus 39, plus 30. You guys are all
High.
similar levels
Yeah.
with the goal
Yeah.
difference. I was even looking at it, right? I was looking at Liverpool, and I'm like, it feels like Arsenal scoring so many goals. Liverpool scored 64 goals.
Liverpool
we still
have
have 4 goals.
Liverpool
Liverpool
have-
have just go under the
Like,
radar.
yo, This is relentless shit.
Liverpool have 5 players that have scored double figures across all
The
competitions.
first time that's ever happened in Premier League history. It was 4. Yeah, that was also the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah,
and
now
then we
it's
got
5.
5. Like, it's ridiculous, the firepower
You're
Liverpool
looking
have.
at, so Liverpool, they've scored 63 goals, conceded 25. Arsenal have scored 62 and conceded 23.
Yeah.
So even on goal difference,
Insane.
It's all around.
It's 30. Arsenal are plus 39, Liverpool are plus 38, and City are plus 33. They've scored 59, which you always think they'll score the most goals, but they scored 59, conceded 26.
Yeah.
But no, they've matched it now. They've all played the same amount of games.
Have we?
Yeah, all played
Arsenal
26
played
now.
one more than us.
No. Everyone's got 26 now.
Oh, is that because we played midweek, innit?
Yeah. So, but it's Arsenal are at their best moment, and they got to continue it. Liverpool still have to get their players back now,
wounded.
So we're gonna kind of see what's going on with Liverpool.
Yeah.
And
Man
City can
City,
kick
there's
into
something
gear.
about Man City. This is what when I was watching their game the other day. For me, they need to sit Walker, and that might sound crazy. I don't think Walker should be starting anymore. I think Akanji. This is crunch time, championship mode. I think Akanji, John Stones, Diaz, and Ake, they need to go with that. If you're playing against someone like Arsenal, especially, I think that needs to be their back four. They definitely, people can say whatever they want. They're going to say, 100 mil, they need Jack Grealish back. They 100%
The ball retention's missing.
Doku, you're a good player. You come make off the bench. You're not all that. Haaland, right? No, but it's the reality. It's the reality. Haaland, he's top goal scorer. He's scored so many goals. But in a weird way, I feel like this guy's not even having a good season.
Yeah, it's mad.
The guy is missing. There's games where I'm looking at, like, the game shouldn't be this tough. It's because you've missed 2 chances. It's because you've missed 3 chances.
But also,
yesterday, Foden put him through. He should have scored. Yeah. So at what moment? It talks about just that moment, because Haaland's world class, he's elite. KDB's world class, is elite. He's kind of hobbling through games. But when they put it together, that's when you got to be scary, and could be scary. And hey, they got us. Charity. It's charity. Haaland might get a hat-trick against us and wake up for the season. I'm being dead serious.
You mentioned one player. I was going to say Phil Foden. We'll talk about big players stepping up.
Boom.
Before the KDB thing, he was like, raw. He looked around the change room and said, right, it's going to be me then.
I am Man City.
He stood up. KDB came back and everything. KDB is not fully fit. He looked around again and said, all right, it's still me. I'll stand up. And that's what I respect, because at the end of the day, people can say that, oh, yeah, he's been gifted 6 Premier Leagues and whatnot. If he wasn't good enough, he would have been shipped out. Phil Foden. That is what you call
footballer.
A player. And what I love about him this season is the fact that he's saying, you know what? This is my club. This means something to me.
He's showing he's
means something. Like Kevin will probably go at some point, but I'll still be here and I'll still be fighting.
He's showing he's the future without it being about age. Yeah. Because the other time to our future, that guy's 20, he's 21, the future of the club. He's like, nah, this is the future, because you're seeing a hobbling KDB. Yeah. You're seeing Mahrez not there, Gundogan. He's showing a Haaland injured. Yeah. He's showing, put me in my favourite role, I can get you somewhere. For Haaland to be injured for so long and KDB to be injured for so long and City to be just 1 point off the title, that's I'm not saying Foden is carrying them, but Foden, Rodri, you're looking at, these are key men to what they're doing, and you got to give it master. So everyone does the comparison stuff. Yeah, let's appreciate players separately sometimes. 100%. You know what I'm trying to say?
And let's appreciate that both of them are stepping up for their teams, man. Like, 100%. What more can you ask? Like, at the end of the day,
they're ticking every single box. That everything you criticize Saka of, he's doing. Yeah. Everything that he was, Saka, this. He does everything that you're criticizing him of at the moment. Foden, but he has other teammates and he's getting carried back. He's doing it too. Yeah. They're both just doing it. And as England going into the Euros, I'm like, can you get them both in the same team, please?
Yes.
Garrett, can you get them? Because let them put this rivalry on the pitch, please. Let's do a Mane Salah type vibe.
Yeah, let's get it
going. Let's go win the Euros. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. Both of them are doing their thing, and they're probably both going to be in. Salah might take that right wing spot for the team of the year, innit?
I think so. Just about. Yeah. Saka, it's similar to Salah, suffers from the way he plays. They don't pass the eye test like Hazard did, right? They're not like this gracious, wonderful, gliding through, but they're effective. Yeah. And I'd rather have an effective player than one that looks good for 2 games and then doesn't score me a goal. I know he's one player this season. I'm not disrespecting him like that. I'd still rather have Salah or somebody that is just as effective as Salah, even if he looks like he doesn't.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, listen, one thing that Saka is becoming is an output machine. Like now you just know. I think going forward now, you know you're going to get big numbers from Saka. But the impressive thing about Foden is like I feel like people often try and hit him with he's just an aesthetic player.
He's
It
both.
looks nice.
He's both.
Foden's numbers
This season, he is both.
Foden's numbers, I think got 15, 14, 16. Now he's got 16 this season, which is his highest tally. So he might end the season with 20 goals, no penalties.
Mad.
What?
What position is he playing as well? Like a cam?
Yeah, I'm saying,
Mad.
like, bro, we've got two top young players.
Respect to where it's due, man. Like he's doing his thing. In terms of any other, actually got some super chats here. Let's go. Elisa, which says Jesus, Vieira, Partey, Tomiyasu, Timber all to come back and feature. We will quietly go about our work and see you all in May. That's fighting talk. I like that. Alex,
I don't think Timber's gonna come back though. Arteta didn't sound too positive about that.
And also,
he said
there is Timber's doing his job this week. Before every game, he puts a Bible scripture. They win. Let him cook. He's doing his thing there. He deserves a Prem medal for that if they win something. Shelbo says much love from the US. Disconnected from the players at this point. Not everyone can be there for the ride when we turn the corner. Next season we move. I think that's about United. Jason,
I think it might be about Chelsea.
It could be about. See, that's the
we irritated.
Got one from Jason J, which says Bruno, Miguel, Boyesh, Fernandez, and Marcus Abdul Aziz Rashford are a disgrace and should be shipped off to Saudi in the summer.
Is that Rashford's name?
Nah, that's not his name. No. That's just being silly, man.
While Alex Waluis, apologies if I've butchered that. Ten Hag is living up to his name with the 10th league loss. Up the Reds, and my baby team are now Luton. Hang on, the lads, but United are trash. Love heart.
Who's the Reds that he's talking about? Liverpool, yeah?
Probably, yeah.
I was like, is he a United fan? Hating on United like that?
Don't know about that.
Hey, Expressions is in the chat. You'll never
Expressions.
walk alone. We are shameless. Yo,
There's an ITEX, lad. There's an ITEX, lad.
I was saying to X, yeah. I was literally saying to him, I was like, bro, you know if Chelsea win, you're in trouble, right? And he was like, listen, that can't happen.
Abby was supporting Liverpool.
She'll come on along to Liverpool.
Abby was supporting
Spurs
Liverpool.
fans were celebrating like, you know what I mean? Like they won the cup.
The same way though Arsenal fans celebrated when we beat them in the when we beat Tottenham in the Champions League final, right? You don't
no,
ever
but
win, you know.
Spurs fans, they're not celebrating because it's Chelsea that lost. They're celebrating because they don't want
Poch never won. Yeah.
Yo, it's crazy, man. Football's so funny
game, man.
He said, you better cook. Look what he called you, bro. He said, you better cook Will I Am, you know.
Will I Am, lad.
We got this, it's the sassy here, man.
Will I Am, what the hell?
I got Burner Boy earlier.
Is it, yeah? The sassy, Quavo, Will I Am. Yo, we got all sorts for me. Trust me,
is
bro.
insane.
Aye.
But listen, man, anything else to discuss? Probably not, man. I think that's a good round shot.
Been a long show, actually.
It's been a long show. It has. Make sure you smash the like button before we round up. Of course, champ and dud, it's only right.
Stones and Diaz have played 5 times this season with 0 goals. They 100% need Stones fit. He's their best. He's their best defender. He don't even, bro. He plays in all types of roles. Do you see his heat map the other day? His touch map.
Yeah.
He was touching the ball in number 10 positions.
Yep.
And on in left wing positions and stuff.
Utility player, lad. He's wonderful.
Elite. He's elite. They need him fit. He is. I guess health is important for everyone, innit? Because Arsenal fans will turn around and say, we need Partey fit. We need Zinchenko. So obviously, health is going to determine, I think, potentially where this time.
Always health first, lad. That's what I said about Trent. That's why Conor Bradley started. Because Trent, lad, I want you to just be healthy so you can come back and give the best.
When I said about Reece James, they shouted at me.
No, you said Gusto should replace him.
That's what I said. When I said Reece James needs rest, needs health.
Good player, lad.
But listen, man, champs and duds.
Do you know what champs and duds is? So we do a champs and duds every week. So basically, who our champs of the week are? Well, you could easily say Liverpool because you are actually officially champs.
Yep.
And then we say duds, the person that, you know, has just done some dumb shit. You know what I mean? Poor performance, whatever. We call them out on here. We don't go too harsh. You know what I mean? We just, it's a light, friendly little touch. You know what I mean? Chat.
Can we do my
Let us know your champs and duds in the comment section.
Your Wyclef.
Can you do
Bro, that
managers?
one killed me. Yeah, you can do managers as well. Yeah, you can do managers. You can. It's whoever you want it to.
Alright, so the
Dollar bill, yeah.
dubs for me: Liverpool, Van Dijk, Kelleher, Children, and Jurgen Klopp. The duds, Ten Hag and Poch. Ten Hag and Poch.
Oh,
sorry lads.
Dishing up bare of them.
Sorry lads.
I'll say my champ. I'm gonna give my champ to. They're not here, but Liaz and Fuad.
Yep.
I'm gonna give a massive champ to them, man. That what they did.
Like all of the
Liaz
man
is
them.
All of them,
commenting.
yeah, Sharky, all of them, STF, HP, all of
SBS,
them, yeah. Listen,
Abs.
that
Who
Qatar,
is he?
Abs, all of them,
Yeah,
SDS,
all of them.
I'm gonna give them the champion of the
Respect
week, man,
to
because
HG, man,
they
the
did,
man
bro.
them.
Listen, Liaz's voice, they were doing the commentary. Liaz and Abs' voice is
on Kaka's-
reaching about 1 billion people.
It was
In
really
numbers
complimentary,
together.
lad. They were really good
Yeah,
together, lad.
Yeah, they were great, man.
I
You know
was
what
on
I'm
his
saying?
Peter Drury shit, bro.
Yeah, and then you got Liaz saying,
Drogba!
Liaz said, Drogba! Yeah,
Also-
Liaz said, Hazard! And it was David Villa. I was dying, bro.
the one-
I was
Also, can I
dying.
just say, very good tactically avoided saying Liverpool for the champs, just so you
No,
know.
no, I ain't-
Yeah.
that's-
Great.
oh,
Absolutely, he's correct. But also, he got a good week
The one-
to be able to dodge it, lad. You know what I mean?
The one that smashed me, the one that made me laugh as well was the clip. He's like, Conte going to 3-5-2 and typically Conte
Yeah, yeah.
Freddie, Drogba! Hey, Liaz, you're a big champ for that. No, that stuff
they're
was
champ-
dreams,
all of
man.
them, all of them.
All
Big
of
up
them,
all
all
of
of the man them. Big up the man them, man. What's happening in the space at the moment is beautiful to see, man.
Honestly.
So that, big up the man them for that. My champ, apart from that, will be Leeds United. They learnt Leicester well.
Oh, yeah, that
They
guy's
learnt
putting the
Leicester.
loss
Do you
in.
see
Yeah.
what that manager said? He went, it's not a big game for us, it's a big game for them, lads. Just another day for us. Lost 3-1.
Yeah. Leeds learnt Leicester good. That
Yeah,
takes them
yeah,
to
yeah.
second. They're creeping up. Championship is heating up, man. So I'm here for that. I'll give Amari Hutchinson as well. He's finding form at Ipswich. They're creeping up as well. Fabio Carvalho's gone on loan to Championship. He's scoring goals again.
Screamer, lads.
I've been in my Championship. You know when Chelsea are not going too well, I'll go back to where it's home.
I did it with Leighton Orient, lad. I went to support Leighton Orient last season when Liverpool were crap.
We're out the relegation zone, mate.
Yeah. Oh,
QPR,
flipping
we're flying.
champ for, I've forgotten his name. RIP to QPR legend that passed away, number 10.
Oh, yeah,
RIP
that's,
to him.
Yeah, I
but
don't really
Duds,
what happened this week? Oh yeah, no,
Chelsea.
that was last week.
Chelsea got to be a dud.
Yeah, obviously.
Arsenal, you did well, but I've got to give you a dub for the Porto. I've got to give you a dub for the Porto loss.
I've
I've got to give a dub for the Porto loss for the no shots.
He's not saying duds for the linesman.
For HB's goal.
HB's goal, bro. We almost listen.
Hey, you always had a moment. Yeah, I saw the
You saw
clip.
it, yeah? Bro, I was celebrating and I saw it. I was like, nah,
Yeah.
man, this is crazy, bro. How can they take away his goal?
A
man?
legacy moment, man.
Do you know what I
Moving
mean?
like Van Dijk.
You know what I'm saying? Popped up in the right spots, you know what I mean? But we're going to talk inside suit because I think that's a own goal and penalty on his head.
That was great.
HB.
You sound like Gary Neville, lad. Oh, he's late.
But yeah, that's about it for
Nah,
me, man.
man, I
I ain't
think-
really got many duds.
Let
this
me
week,
see
man.
through here what we've got in. They've got Gallagher, Stan Bowles. That's the guy, the QPR guy. RIP. Oh, I don't know if I can say one, but there's another QPR player that there's a few.
Yeah, no, that was that shit's crazy.
Yeah,
innit?
that might be a dud still if that goes through. Dud Newcastle. Someone said dud speeds tack on Kaka. I agree with that.
Oh, mate.
But wait, are you guys actually angry about that?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I love football, lad. I play
Yeah.
football. I've given my life to this game, lad.
Yeah.
And I have to watch some Donny that just screams on the telly, lad. Take out one of the best players I've ever seen play the game,
Yeah,
lad.
but-
Show some respect, brother. He's
Yeah,
a
but-
cacker. I understand it. It's for the views.
Yeah.
It's funny. All the young people are going to laugh at that.
Yeah.
But these, like, have some respect,
Yeah.
brother.
But
yeah.
the thing is, look, it's only because it's a legend. If he did it to HP, we'll be laughing our heads off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So listen, when you cross the white line, there's no respect for nobody, bro. You go out there and do it. You get me?
I get it.
And Speed did
I
it.
get it. But Kaka, I'm
Yeah,
saying.
Kaka, he's a nice guy as well. The worst thing is because Kaka was a nice guy. It would have been better if he did it to like, I don't know,
Makelele or something. Yeah.
Makelele, I'm sure, is a top guy.
But like he's a holding mid, like he
Yeah,
expects that
I'm
in the
just
wall.
being
Kaka is just a
bitter,
nice
lad.
guy. Even
Yeah.
he scored in a charity game and pointed to God. I was like, oh mate.
What they have done
Lovely,
is,
man.
it's a wonderful thing that they've done for the. How much money was it? £1 million or something?
They raised $7 million.
That's beautiful, lad. So if it takes a tackle on Kaka to get to £7 million to help some other people, then that's okay with me, lads. You get me?
You're
Yeah.
done.
Honestly,
Oh,
but yeah, man, that's
someone
me, man.
said there's a dud for me for all of the names I'm catching today. That's mad.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hold that.
But yeah, man. Listen, that's been another episode. Like we said before, listen, the sofas are different, but that's because this show is brought to you by Emma Sleep. This is a sofa bed from Emma Sleep as well, as you know. Built-in Emma mattress. You can go from seat to sleep in 10 seconds. So listen, man, you already know what to do. If you want to get involved in this, DR Sports 5% off, free delivery. You get 200 night trial as well. And listen, they don't only just do this. Mattress toppers, duvets, beds, sofa beds, the lot. You already know what to do. But listen, that's another show. Make sure you like, share,
Big
subscribe.
up Joy as well, man. Thank you for coming through, bro. Thank you
as well, man. We've had a long stint today.
appreciate
Big up
that,
Dove
bro.
for coming through. Listen, man, we will be back. We've got some more stuff cooking as well. So just be patient with us. Got a few specials coming. You know what I'm saying? So you already know what to do, man. Like, share, subscribe. Algorithm.
Yeah, man. Let's get to 1,000, man. Let's get to 1,000 people
as well.
Yeah, please
smash that like button. You already know what time it is.
They work hard for this. Honestly, I see they work hard.
Yeah.
Please support them.
Love,
They
love.
work hard, lad.
You
Listen,
listening to
man.
him, yeah.
We'll be back. But should be back next week as well. Production should be in the house. You
Yeah.
can hear about their Qatar escapades. But till then, we're out.